welcome to Talking with ILM Practitioner, volume number 15. Yay! Welcome. For those who are meeting for the first time, my name is Sahara, and I am ILM Method Practitioner based in Toronto, Canada, offering one-on-one treatment sessions and online movement classes. Today we have a special guest. I am very excited, Geoffrey. He is the first guest from this recent course, recent graduating course, Poland basic course number 3. I'm the graduate of the first of the Poland course. So yeah, I got really pleasure of meeting him and spending time with him in his last final meeting, the 4th module this past March. So I'm really happy that he can come as a guest and that I get to spend a little bit more time talking with him now. So I am going to just invite him right in. There you are. I'm going. If you can come on, how's that going? Wow, it just feels like yesterday that the time we spent in March already, but it's already June, so where did time go? I don't know, but I couldn't invite you in. Let me try again. I see you though. Invite. This is like move, like a little intro move moment. We did this earlier and it was so smooth. What happened? Geoffrey, can you invite yourself? Maybe can you try to invite yourself? I don't see the request. Yes, I see you. I am going to invite you. Unable. Why? Hi. Oh, I see you. I accept. Go. Can you come in? Oh no, what happened? Invite. I think Instagram is a little bit like confused. What? Interesting. Why is it doing that? It's like a little anticipation before. So just a little, maybe. What's going on? So Geoffrey is based in Geneva, Switzerland, but he can mention more about. Can you try to invite yourself in, in again, Geoffrey? Are you there? Oh yeah, accept. There you are.
Bravo.
Yeah, we did it.
Time always works. Just needs a little time.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, really.
How can you share this smile? I mean, like, it's so easy to have the smile when we are in front of you. It's crazy. What's your magic? Really?
It goes both ways.
But I believe you really have something special about this. It's amazing, beautiful, magical power that you have.
No, but it's no, thank you. I'm not smiling all the time, so.
No, but anyway,
I
it's
try.
you use that tool to connect with people, and I love that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I also want to thank you for because I think I shared this with you, but like going into the 4th module for your group, I heard it from everybody's like they're such a lovely people and they're such a tight group, like a family, and I was excited to meet everybody, but also nervous because I'm a shy person and going into a group I was like a little bit like this, and then you sent me a message saying, "Can I book treatment with you?" And you kind of broke the ice for me to be like, "Okay, I know
Oh.
one person. I mean, who want to, spend at least being on my table."
And
So
and everyone jumped on you to ask for a treatment as well then, like
you
nonstop.
you didn't yet, so thank you.
Thank you. It was just an amazing one, really,
Oh, thank you.
really.
Thank
It's one of the treatments, the one that you gave me, the one of the treatment that I really came for a purpose, like asking for something to solve,
you.
and it worked. So I was like, wow, okay.
Well, I think yeah. Thank you, but it's also all the things you've done before that led to this moment too, and
Absolutely, absolutely.
so happy for that.
Thank you again
Good.
for fixing my back this day.
Thank you. Well, I wanna get this cooking, and please introduce yourself, your name, where you are, yeah, just in the. I know you, but
Mhm.
please.
But people don't, maybe. So, my name is Geoffrey. Sorry, in the French version, because I'm French, but you can say Geoffrey, whatever. And now I live in Switzerland in the French part, in Geneva.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what I'm doing in life, I started to take care of people with hairdressing. Some things are staying in my life, and then I went to Pilates. I'm a Pilates teacher, and then I went to ILM to make it fast.
Well, maybe tell me first, like, what made you go into hairdressing? Like, what was your entry into hair? And
Oh,
oh,
oh wow, oh wow. Okay, I will try to sum up something like this. Uh, Actually, I didn't know exactly where to go because I was like an activist with the extreme left part with anarchism and everything. So I was like, no future. Like I'm not made to work, and like a lot of things like this. So I wasn't going nowhere. But my father learned that I was cutting hair to my friends. So he said, now you're booked in a city, like another city in France that I didn't know, and you're going to start hairdressing in 1 month. I was like, what?
so you
So I started, yeah,
wow,
I didn't want it. But then I was like, okay, maybe I will have tools to live on my own then. So, okay, let's try.
wow.
Interesting. So I started to deal with life and with work with something that I didn't want to do. So
And when
it
you
was,
entered the
and
the
well,
what was it like?
uh, I mean, it's been a struggle for years, but also when you put yourself in a place that you're not meant for, in a way, then you really face the difficulties and you have the opportunities to grow with that.
Mm.
So it was like a way to discover myself in yeah, in difficulties first.
Wow. Wow. And
Yeah.
did like because I know you also teach Pilates, like was like movement, body work, was it always part of your lifestyle, or was it something new after you entered into the hairdressing? Like where did the movement,
Yeah.
I mean, movement of cutting hair, yes, but like to work with the body, when did it start?
It started years after doing hairdressing because my back was in pain, and I'm very tall, so I was like, I don't know. And I never been moving my body before that. Like I was
No.
completely against any sport, anything. I wanted to dance when I was a child, but my parents were not
Oh.
happy with it. So I put it on the side completely, and I was more having fun with drinking beers and listening to rock and roll than doing some sport or like well-being was not there physically.
Mm.
So yeah, so then I tried a Pilates class and it saved my back, and it opened the door for yeah the well-being through movement and through the body.
Mm. Wait, I'm curious, like, what were you like as a child? Like, what was mini Geoffrey into?
I was dancing, making a lot of jokes. I was very feminine, looking like a girl, and and it was not easy to be like this. A lot of obstacles, but and at some point I completely shifted because it was not easy. So I had some like fights about it, and so I was like, okay, no, I need to be more to organized, square, more manly, and everything. So it was a shift, and then both sides were together, and it was just like, yeah.
Oh,
And then with Pilates, I discovered the Gaga, Gaga people, Gaga dancer thing, the approach of Gaga. And I went to Tel Aviv to take some, like, a lot of classes, like 4 classes a day or something. And this time was not like a very happy moment in my life. And someone told me, I'm taking some advance with maybe one question that you're going to ask me.
yeah.
And so I was taking these Gaga classes, but I was not so happy. I was having fun, but not so happy. And someone came to me and like, you know, you should go to this guy. He's giving like a weird treatment. It's called Ivan something. I was like, Ivan what? And so I came for like to get this treatment, first treatment of ILM method. And the guy was named Nimrod, which is like a masterpiece, like very well known, you know. And wow, I felt okay. I felt good right after the treatment. I was like out of a dream or something. I felt like I've been sleeping 3 weeks during 1 hour. It was crazy. And then I felt the something like echoes and like vibrations keep going through me in 2, 3 weeks. I felt something was clearer in me, and I felt like, yeah, something happened in this treatment. So yeah, it opened the door to jump into the ILM method world.
Did you, while you were in Tel Aviv, were you taking many treatments or just one? And you were like,
Okay, I took one treatment, and Nimrod told me, "Oh, if you're interested, actually, there is the students are welcoming some people for free to train on and work on their like, bodies, you know." So he said, "Do you want to be a body?" I said, "Yes, I want." So the day after, I went and I received a training. It was amazing, like really, really good as well. And I
oh.
was having so much pleasure with that. They told me, "Oh, if you really like it, then there's a movement class tonight, and you can join." I was like, "Oh, okay, yes, of course." I mean, I was coming from Gaga classes, like
Yeah.
movement, group classes. So I was like, "Of course, I want to try," and I hated it. I was like, where are you trying to bring me to? I don't understand. Like, really was like, okay, but technically, what is like, why, for, and how? And like, no, no. I was like, a big no. And what happened then? Um, yeah, I think that was it. Or maybe I tried another, and it was like even worse. Yeah, this was like this. And I came back home with, wow, this treatment, it was just amazing. And it was like a confirmation with having it from another guy. I was like, wow, there's really something. But the movement class, so I was like, it's so interesting because this is the method. I was like facing me in a thing that, okay, I feel like a huge resistance from me to this method because I felt like, yes, I mean, like they were having fun and I just could not. And it was some kind of very similar with the Gaga approach, but it was not.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm facing like a big resistance in myself because I like the treatment and I don't like, it must be the same essence. So is there something that I don't get? So I was very curious and trying to understand. And then one day they told me like, there's an introduction workshop in Amsterdam, 3 days. So I was like, okay, good, perfect. So introduction, I will try and see what it is. And same treatment, amazing. and movement classes, like beautifully driven, like really wonderfully. But I was just living a nightmare in these classes. I remember the teacher started with like, okay, let's move with, okay, we start from the sense of joy in the body. And I was like, okay, now I get it. There is no joy. I was very much in a like difficult moment, hard time. And I was like, okay, there's no joy. Fine, there's no joy. I will fake it. I will play with it. And after 10 minutes, I was just like exhausted of faking joy. You know, I was like, no, I can't. And then I cried. I was like, no, sorry, I can't. I know, I know. Until the end, crying. And I put myself on the side and I was like, no, I can't. Wow. So the teacher came to me and said, okay, well, next time maybe come closer and ask me or something, and we can start with joy, we can start with a lot of different words. And like, anyway, I was like even more in the confrontation. And and during COVID, then I was like, okay, I will try another movement class. Like it's not so involving myself in a way I can shut down and buy, but I will try again because I could not understand why it didn't work. And suddenly, magic, boom, wonderful class, and the effect was just like I received a pure energetic treatment. And at that moment of time, I never received an energetic purely treatment, but I felt myself the day after, like boom, very like low, between tired and high or something like. I was like, whoa, my level of existence is different. I was like, what happened? And this was okay. I will go for the training. So I decided to go for the training because, yeah, I love the treatments like so much already. And I was like, there's something interesting in the movement class, and I will do it. Wow, big story, yeah?
Big story for sure, and
Yeah,
I can resonate and
already.
um, but like I often see you very like focused with the like studying and like you really dig into like wanting to learn. Were you like because you've done Pilates and were you also exploring with other modalities? You know, you did Gaga. Like, was the ILM method uh, part of bunch of things you were exploring, or were you really like Zoom? Like this is like itching me.
There was not so much. I started with Pilates, like classical Pilates,
Mm.
when where you ask the people to contract muscles, to move, and like. And then I discovered what is a fascia, like this system of regulating the tensions and like the layers of tissue sliding on each other, like inner movement and sensing movement, very somatic approach with Gaga, but also with one of the most beautiful teacher. She's teaching movement through fascia, through a lot of things, yoga and Pilates in Geneva.
Ah.
Selina Wong, thank you. And she taught me like this somatic approach of movement in Pilates. So I was just relearning the whole movements of Pilates with more sensing and I don't know, maybe like we're meeting people talking about like and being in this new world of sensing. I heard about Gaga. I loved it. I jumped into it. And then, as I told you, I was taken to ILM method with a treatment. But out of this, I didn't do so much of other body experiences. I tried a little bit of contact impro thing. I didn't like so much. And out of this, I'm just doing a lot of sport. I love doing a lot of sport, doing calisthenics. I'm working my hard, strong workout every day. I mean, like I love it. It makes me feel more alive, and I love the combination with the land level movement to release tensions, to clean the body after heavy workout. It's just beautiful. So
Uh,
I love this, yeah.
and like like what made you, because it's one thing to receive treatment and also one thing to, I think, become a practitioner. Like, you already thinking in of becoming a like practitioner to have a clinic in mind when you entered the basic course? Because all of what you've done, like it's really skill based, no? Like cutting hair, like that requires a skill and a licensee. Same with Pilates. Like, what made you feel like I need more?
Good question. Very good question. Yeah, it's very clear that my mission or my work in life is to help people feel better through change.
Mm.
And it started with hairdressing, clearly. But yeah, and then with Pilates, and Pilates even more with like a somatic fascia approach, because it's another way to be with yourself in movement. And it's very clear that okay, in for example hairdressing, I am assisting the person for change,
Yes.
but the level of connection is very brainy, very egotic, can we say, or something? Very much on the image and very much on the surface, which has a value, like very much. And now I feel in peace with the superficial value. I didn't before, but now it's okay. But then I really felt like it was not deep enough for me. I like to work a little bit deeper. But I was like, I don't want to work. Actually, I started to do psychology at the university, and then I went to, yeah. But it was not for me because it's the same. It was just like taking care of people, but very like in a number way or something, and it was not my thing. So then I was like, okay, I can bring people feel better with not being in the thoughts and not talking about the problems, because I don't think it's the easiest way for everyone to solve things. It's a good way, but I mean, like the body is just like a beautiful thing to work on to solve things. And at some point with Pilates, yes, I was like, but I can guide you to move better or unlock things in your body, but at some point you need to go further and have a little exterior help. And if you put your hands then on the body, then the body recognizes something that it doesn't know himself. So yeah, it's very clear that if I want to bring my Pilates clients to even more freedom and better connection in their body, I was like very clear I need to put my hands on and unblock things myself.
Right.
And then I discovered how much the connection with the person was completely different. And yeah, this is the way it went to that.
So nice.
starts Everything starts with your hair in life. It's very
I must say I have like huge appreciation and like for hairdressers, because it's one, if I can have hair cut every week, if I'm like old rich lady who can afford to take time every week to get haircut, I will do it. It's so like
yeah, exactly.
and as you see, I have a straight hair, so like all the cuts, like the precision really shows, and I just was like, wow. And you
Exactly.
can do this as a skill. It's magical.
Absolutely.
um, I'm curious, like, what was then, with all your previous experience of like the treatment, amazing treatment, and terrible movement class, and then eventually evolving into something fascinating experience with the movement class. What was it like entering the basic course for you? What
Uh-huh.
was the journey like? Because I've only seen you at the fourth, and I'm curious to see what was the first module like. Once you entered, did anything change? Did anything um, surprising happen? What was your what was it like for you?
When I started the first module, because we start with like 4 modules to learn the basic course, and so the way I learned actually was in Poland, and we're doing like 10 full days immersion. So it's a trip, like inward, but like it's something. So
And it's like
so we start.
10 to 8. It's like full day.
It's
Like,
like full day nonstop, and even after dinner during the night, I was like, yeah, let's do it again. Anyway. So the treatments were just like wonderful to receive and to learn. For me, like I was feeling myself on the right place and like talking my own language, and I was like, wow, I'm where I need to be. Finally, not in a hair salon. I was like, wow. And the movement classes, ugh, I was happy to be there, and my resistances showed up very clearly. And I started to have a lot of migraines. It's a pattern that my body knows where when I'm doing like too many things and I'm putting too much pressure on my life, on myself, on my work, and when I rest, for example, I take a weekend off or holidays, boom, migraine for the 2 first days. It's a pattern that most of the people know, and it's the way that my I guess I understood it like this, like my brain has to shut off something like completely, like boom, I can't work anymore. So take that potato in your head and, and boom, you cannot think anymore. Okay, so so when I started to release my brain in the movement classes, then my body understand. Oh, release. Okay, boom, migraine. Ah, so it was really hard,
right.
really hard. So it went on and off, the migraines on and off and on and off, and sometimes 3 times in a day and off. And I was like, what is this? So my system was trying to learn a new thing, deal with the old one. And I was, wow, 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 incredible. So first one was hard. And at the end of the module, it was good. Like at the end of the 10 days, I was, wow, I felt a lot of freedom in my brain physically. Like in the back of my brain, I felt like, wow, this is where the migraine starts. And now this zone is free. It was getting physical. My problem was getting physical. It was coming from my thoughts, but I felt it in my body. It was like, okay, I can just drop that part, yeah, release that part, and the thoughts go out.
Oh,
Wow, beautiful. And then second module, I had a little bit again, like a bit of echo of this. And then third, four, no, nothing. And I never had migraine again after that. Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
oh,
Big
wow.
change.
That's amazing. And I
Big
told
learning.
you, go ahead.
It was a big learning, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. But and you went for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's really something I can like totally relate of how you said it's quite confronting, like the method and both in I think treatment and also in the movement class especially I think for
Yes.
me so and it kind of reveals what you've been hiding whether it's something good or something that needs to come out and like it's like you face it it's um but only things will come up when you're ready, I think, to face it. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
And I
Wow.
think I think all the things cannot be solved at the same time, but sometimes you have one thing like appearing and then.
Wow. Yeah, because I don't know if you mentioned, but I really struggle with movement class until the fourth module, and then something happened. I'm like, whoa, this is amazing, and I couldn't stop doing it. But until fourth module, I was suffering, and I
Wow.
think it had to do with feeling very like confronted because the movement was very simple, and you do it. It's like that instruction is actually very simple and then
Yeah.
you go on and it's like okay what else and then more layers start to come out and it's like whoa but for it was a challenge to kind of stay and I really thank for me because Ilan was teaching and I really thank him for his excitement because I think that was what kept me in.
Exactly.
Yeah, like he was so excited, so I couldn't really stop because I'm like, he's so excited, there must be something. But I was like, oh no, again, I don't know what else. Like, I don't know where else to fall more.
Exactly.
It's like,
But
like go where? Like I'm all like go. You think, and then of course that's not true.
yeah.
Hmm.
So I want to add something about this, like what is confront for people who don't know at all about the movement class. We are saying that it was hard, it was hard. I mean, like it's not that the movements are hard at all. And as you said, like the instructions are simple.
Yeah.
And they are so simple
Mm.
that what is confronting is like we want to understand something. And the brain likes complexity. So it's like you want to understand with your thoughts, but there's not so much to understand. So it's like just move like this and la 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 and la 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 and it shuts off the brain. So it's this is the tricky part, to shut off the brain and just allow yourself to do something you don't understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Wow. You put it so
Yeah.
beautifully. Yeah.
And and I remember the first time that I really had a deep pleasure in a movement class. It was like, actually, while the teacher is talking, I am allowed to not listen to him and not understand and not follow the instructions. So we were all rolling on the floor, using the voice, saying like, not saying, but doing tricky sounds with the voice, like, ah, yeah, yeah, and like, it sounds like very animal. And I felt myself in a bath of sounds and bath of vibrations, people tapping the floor, and suddenly my brain like went on holiday, and I was just sensing myself in a bath of things, and I was like, yes, you're in a class, but you're allowed to not listen to the teacher. And I was like, oh, wow. And I remember some kind of, when I was a child, and you know, when you some kind of fall asleep in the sofa and the parents are in the living room on the side, or
Oh, Geoffrey, somehow I can't hear you.
is
Now
it
you
better
can.
now?
Yes.
Okay,
Can
good.
you go back from the, you child and then parent sofa? Can you go back from it?
And it was clear for me that this state of in between presences, I would say, and it was some kind of nourishing me and refreshing all my system, and I was some kind of repairing things in this state of like floating towards like, yes, I was very much inside, but also receiving the information from outside and just having a bath a bit. Having waves, and it was like, wow. And this is where my brain and my migraines stopped completely. I was like, wow, I can live my life in this zone also. Wow, such a discovery.
Uh,
Beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mm. Ooh, goosebumps. Ooh.
Yeah. And
Yeah, this is the power of movement class. Honestly, wow.
it's it's so good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it takes time to dive into it. Again,
I don't know. Some people really love it from the beginning, and I think everybody's at the, but yeah.
I don't know.
But
I didn't do the teacher training yet. I'm gonna
yeah,
do it this end of summer. So I've not been driving movement classes yet. How is it
like you
for
will.
are there some people who come for the first time for a movement class and they completely drop in and they're fine with it and they're having fun, or everyone is having this like, whoa, I don't understand thing?
Um, I think you like some people will just enter and then can have fun for sure. But
Wow.
also, I think in a course it's a little bit different because it's 2 hours. It's quite long,
Wow.
and those classes. that I think that it's forwarded just as a movement class. It's maybe 45 minutes an hour. I think also for like intro workshop, it might be a little bit longer. So I think the experience
Mhm.
kind of maybe varies, depends on how long it is when you first enter and how that's in connection with everything else. Because I think in the intro workshop, you get quickies, like you get treatment, and you're already in the frequency of this, so maybe it's a little bit easier to enter. Same thing if it's a little bit shorter, maybe you experience something a little bit on a almost just a taste before like just a bite. So it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
so if you're just keep on having bites, yes, you can go deeper, but it's not like trying this for 6 hours and see what you feel, you know.
yeah.
But I from my when I did do my teacher training, the movement course, training course, um, I did it in Tel Aviv, and it was twice a week for like 6 hour classes, a 6 hour course, something like this. And I was staying like an hour, maybe even longer, away from where the studio was, and it's like 6 hours of moving, and I was buzzing. I had so much energy every time, and I would
Wow.
walk home feeling like I need to walk. Like I just can't like sit at the bus. What? Like I just need to. Course was in the evening, so this was like 8 in the evening or something. I was just like, I was like, so like I just felt so full of life, and I'm like, wow, this is so wonderful. And I think more we can explore. I think forwarding the movement class is somewhat more new than treatment,
Hmm.
and I think there's a lot too that we can discover in a way that can introduce like more biteable, so you don't hate it at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's okay if you hate it at the beginning, because look where you are.
Exactly, exactly. You have to, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Um,
Nice.
uh, and what was it like for you starting to give a treatment? Because was it um,
Mm,
because you've worked with like bodies with Pilates, but it's very different than actually moving and like treating. No.
yeah, yeah. I didn't have difficulties for that. I don't know. Like I started, yeah, as I told you, I was guiding to people in Pilates, more somatic approach, and this is where I really started to put my hands on the body and help them move. So, and with a beautiful person that really taught us how to touch bodies and people with a lot of respect. And so that touch was there already a bit. And what I did actually, yeah, now I remember, during the 3 days introduction workshop that I did in Amsterdam, a long time before, like 3 years before I started the training, I recorded the treatments that we were giving, the quickies, the short treatments. I recorded everything. And I was like, okay, when I come back, I will use the videos and I will learn them and I will take people home, train on them, and see if they like. And if they're happy with it, maybe I will do the training.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, so for 1 year, I was taking maybe one person at home, and I was doing one, module two, module three, module four, as a quickie, but longer. So I learned a lot like this. So when I arrived to the training, I was like very familiar with the choreography, I would say, the quality of touch and the depth and the like all the essence of the thing I didn't have. But even that, people were so happy with it and they wanted to come back and so yeah, it was fun for me. It was just like okay, let's try it. Let's try in a way or not.
Oh,
And I was not scared about doing wrong or something. I felt that the spirit was not like um, about concepts and rules, so I was just playing and having fun with what I had in the hands, and it was just fun.
wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Interesting.
That's
Yeah, it was very fun.
mm, mm.
And now that I know more about what we want to uh, more how we want to unblock things and clear the movement in the bodies and everything with the method. I'm so surprised that even without knowing that and not playing with these intentions, let's say, even the choreography of the treatments or has so many benefits for the body and the person. It's just beautiful. So yeah, everyone has to start it. Skilled, no skilled, doing training or not, have fun. Take yeah, I recommend to everyone to come for an introduction thing because you learn things about how you want to touch someone and then block something or just like clean a little bit of the tensions you have in your body and like it's you don't have to do the training after. It's just like a beautiful experience to yeah to have.
And now, like you finished the basic course, and you're about to do the movement course coming up. What are you like? What are you excited about? What are you playing with? Like anything that's like um, you're like tasting now? That's like.
Well, I'm gonna go with my medicines because I don't know about my migraine again. Eh, never know. But no, I'm very excited to learn more about what is the story behind because I think that we're gonna learn about a lot about images, imagination, I would say, and okay, I don't know yet what I'm gonna find. So, but I'm excited to learn about more tools to use during a treatment. But I'm also excited to start. I want to set like a weekly date in my like schedule to give a class. So I will definitely program when I'm right back. I will start to teach one class per week because if you lose the momentum, then it's never gonna come. So yeah.
It's so
So
organized like this. It's amazing. It's
yeah.
really.
So I'm already looking for the place. I have one maybe. Let's see another, and there will be a movement class weekly in Geneva in September or something.
That is lucky Geneva people.
Yes.
Mark your calendar now.
Yeah.
Come this fall.
It's gonna be experimental. Let's have fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you showed this beautiful photo of your clinic where it's like some day it's hair salon and sometimes it's your treatment.
Exactly. Exactly. Now it's like I'm dedicating a lot of time to Pilates, a lot of time to ILM method. I'm happy people are coming for treatments. It's beautiful. And I'm doing like so short time of hair. Very
Oh,
happy. Very happy. But I got so lucky. It's crazy. I found this place and it's just like a beautiful cocoon. It looks like a Swiss chalet, like it's very cute. And you feel the bird, you hear the birds, and like it's very calm. It's incredible place. So yeah, very blessed to have this space to give treatments
with your green door.
and the green door. Exactly.
This is yeah. And for you, like, what has your experience been like between teaching Pilates and like treating? Like, how is that balancing you in and complementing in or do you find it challenging to have different modality, or is it a nice play?
Mm, yeah, it's very much two different practices. And I remember that after the first 10 days immersion of Ilan Lev method, I came back to my reality, another reality, and teaching Pilates. And in Ilan Lev method, we're moving so free and so multi-directionally that when I came back to Pilates to do like a straight movement, I was like, no, I cannot go this axis. It's not true. I was like, I cannot. What? How? So I was like, So it was just fun to talk about this. It was very fun. But okay, now it's clear that my understanding of the movement got enriched a
Mm.
lot with the Lanlev method. So sometimes I give a little pieces of how to unblock something during a square Pilates movement.
Mm.
And yeah, okay, I wanted to give this detail. It's not very clearly answering to your question, but I lost your question. Can you again? No?
Yeah, just like
I
what.
lost it. I wanted to go somewhere else, but I lost it.
Babe.
And how can I find the balance between Pilates
Or do you
and Pilates?
elementary? Do you find it's fun to
Yeah,
see the differences?
yeah. Um, it was kind of a yeah, as I told you, it was so many different ways to not many, two different ways to move, and now it really like boom, it went all together in my body, but also in my teaching. It's very like I still keep Pilates how Pilates is, but I understand the body differently now, and it drives me to teach a little bit differently. But the exercises are the same, but the connections are different, and like the directions in the movements are different.
Mm.
And I mean, for me, it's a good balance because Pilates is intense. It's like for me, Pilates is a big wheel of energy. It's like you spend a lot of energy, but you also get a lot back. So it's like so this you cannot do 4 hours. No, you cannot. But and left method is like I wouldn't say a wheel because I would say like a storm of energy. It's not something that runs inwards. You it's like opening you and like you can. So you got nourished and refreshed all the time with this energy. So I think it's a very good combo, both of it for me. Just I'm so much into the body like thing in any way that yeah, it's a very good balance for me.
Amazing. I
Yeah, yeah, and I love to receive people from Pilates. They come to me for treatments. And now they're like, oh, now I understand when you do that movement in Pilates, I understand what you mean about this dropping the tail or like, okay, now you get it. Because they received in the treatment and now they feel it and they can use it. The body uses it differently. And
yeah.
this is when the people is conscious about it. And it also happened that I was training during the course. You take people and you train on them. And I took like a client. She's more than 75 years old, and she's coming for Pilates to me for every week. And I gave her a lot of treatments. And suddenly, every week, I was like seeing her body moving so differently. I was like, wow, she moves so more free in the shoulder and the spine, and it was less rigid. Like Pilates can be very rigid, and her body understood that can move a bit more free with more space, with more connection, and like and I just saw it. So I told her, like, do you recognize that actually you're moving so different? And she was like, oh, no, I don't know. And it was not clear for her. And I was like, oh, wow. I could, yeah. This is unbelievable how you can really change the pattern. And it takes a lot of time to go to the brain. Maybe it doesn't go there, but I mean, like, at least the body was moving better.
And
Yeah.
I think this is fairly common, no? Of like we treat and then it's so the obvious like the shifts, the transformation, and it takes a while for the person to realize, oh, I don't have this pain anymore, or I'm moving more freely, and it's sometimes takes like a while to point out, and even when you point out, it's like, oh, I had this pain, like, oh, yeah, maybe, like, and you write back, see the note again, and it's like, yeah, the person said maybe it was a chronic injury, and now the person may not even remember. Or I think it's fairly common. It's kind of it's so amazing how the mind and the body. I don't know how it works, but it's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. We cannot know that this, like,
Oh,
yeah.
But how lucky that your clients can experience both, like,
Mm.
mm, and want to get some fashion in between.
Ah. What I do actually, like when they come for me to me for like a group of private Pilates classes, I try sometimes to like, I mean, if you're tired, we can have a treatment, or like, So I put them, I push them a little bit to take a class, a treatment sometimes, and like they like, oh wow, okay, it's gonna help me a lot actually.
Wow.
It's very, yes.
Wow. Super. And yeah, I just want to be mindful of time. I said, but before we wrap, is there anything else you wish to share?
Mm. Yeah, I want to thank you because. I'm not the one who is willingly taking my voice out, and I'm not so talkative, and I'm it's not because shy, but it's hard for me to take the mic and like, hey, this is this is ILM method. So thank you so much, and it's very nice because yeah, it's putting words out is very nice. So thank you.
But thank you for sharing your story. It's like you say things so beautifully too, but also just to like hear your journey. It's so inspiring, and this like playfulness quality you have of like, yeah, try, like, see the video and try, like, what does it feel, and like this curiosity and to go after something with it. I think it's so beautiful. Yeah.
You're right. Curiosity, yeah, it was there, true. And it's one of the like, be happy, be living, and be curious. Wow. Mm,
Yeah. And I think
mm,
not I think more people can take ownership of this, and you do it so like it feels natural. It's like, wow.
mm,
Yeah, it's like I want to be like that.
mm.
And Geoffrey, where people can find you, uh, like,
Well,
is there
we
Instagram?
can yeah, we can contact me on Instagram. I think everywhere I put my website or my phone number as well. My WhatsApp is like put on the bio, I guess. And my website is also on Instagram. Like everything is there.
Wow, super.
And find me in Geneva. You can also find me in Athens. I'm going to Athens very often, and I'm gonna start giving treatments then soon, I would say.
Wow,
And yeah,
happy
I,
people.
I don't have the place yet, but I will put everything on Instagram anyways.
Yes. Keep yourself posted with
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. And I hope I get to see you soon.
I hope so.
Mm,
Are you coming for the training movement class? I don't remember what you told me. No, maybe no.
Quite unlikely,
Yeah.
but
Okay. Yeah.
you never know.
Exactly. We
If
don't.
there's chance, I will love to.
Okay.
um,
Anyway, it's going to be a nice, yeah, it's going to be a big pleasure to see you again,
yes.
anywhere.
Yeah.
And again, thank you for this video. Very nice.
Thank you for your time, and talk soon.
And talk. Okay.
Have a
Bye.
good day.